What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chance Brown Fishing. It's a little bit of a different video today. I'm actually got you guys in a FPV type style. So as the season winds down here in Ohio, I've been taking line off of my reels, cleaning them, greasing them, getting them ready for next year, and thought, hell, let's do a review on this 7 fishing reel, the GF series. You know, I went on YouTube and I didn't see many videos or reviews on this reel, and the ones I did were sponsored and given, and Seviin or St. Croix had given these reels to those YouTubers. So figured I'd give you an honest opinion on this, and I'm just going to give you the TLDR here. I'm not too big of a fan of this reel. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you the good, the bad, and why I don't think this is the reel for most people. So before we get into the review of the reel, I just wanted to show you guys the box so that you can see what comes in it. But again, it's the Seviin GF C173 right-handed. It's a right-handed baitcaster. The 7.3 means it's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. R means it's right-handed. It comes with 4 ball bearings and 1 roller bearing. 7-to-3 or 7.3-to-1 gear ratio. Comes in at 7.1 ounces. You get 28 inches per turn. 17 pounds of drag. It can hold 110 yards of 12-pound mono or 100 yards of 30-pound braid. So it's a really good all-around reel based on the specs. Not one that's going to be a master of everything, but it'll get done pretty much any technique you throw at it. So when you open it up, what you get is some stickers. You get a thank you and your warranty information. And you get this nifty little protection bag. And that's it. No schematics, no part numbers, nothing. I don't like that. I like when my reels come with the schematics and the part numbers, so if anything happens, I know what part to call them for and what to do with it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you could, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like this content. Also, if you could just leave me a subscribe. It means the world to me. It's free for you guys. Set it, forget it. Don't have to worry about it, but it means the world to me. Also, don't forget, use my link tree to get discounts. Right now, I have discounts running to get you some discounts on Amazon Prime, Audible, Kindle Unlimited, AAA, Sam's Club, and AMC movie theaters. All listed in my link tree below. Christmas is coming. You know you need to get some presents for your loved ones. This is the easiest way to do it and save some money. So check that description below. Now let's get back to that video. So let's talk about the reel. I used it for 1 full season. I used it as my chatterbait reel. So I was using 10-pound fluorocarbon on it, and it worked fine. I will say though, this isn't one of my favorite reels, even at that $130 price point. So with this reel, what you get, again, 4-to-1 bearings, and the bearings in it are 1 in the brakes, 1 in, so what that means is the knobs and the drag have bushings. So keep that in mind. I don't know, you could probably take a coin or a screwdriver and take these knobs off. I don't really know. I haven't really had a need to try it. But just keep that in mind for the drag and the knobs. Make sure you keep it clean, like in this area here, in that area, just because if those get gunked up and dirty, you're going to have a nightmare of a time because they are bushings. So one thing I do really like about this reel is it does come with that right there, and what that is a line keeper. So just like you get on a spinning reel, and I like that because when I'm not fishing, I usually cut my baits off and just keep the line on here, and that way I can hook the line there and not worry about it getting unraveled or unspooled. Clicker drag, which is always a nice touch. There is no clicker on the tension knob, and having that bearing in the tension knob, it is very, very easy to turn and adjust. I've never had a problem hitting it when I reel and it messing up the adjustment, but so you don't have to worry about that. But just know fine-tune adjusting is a little bit more difficult because it is looser, but it's one of those set it and forget it type deals for me, especially if I'm just fishing one bait. One of the cons that I have with this reel is sometimes the drag star somehow gets stuck to the handle, and when you're turning the handle, it actually tightens your drag. So I never had any issues with it. I never had any break-offs. I never had anything like that. It's just annoying when you're reeling in and then you start hearing the clicking. Here, let me see if I can get it to do it for you. It's really when you horse on it. There you go. Hopefully you heard that. But that is what happens with it. If you are really horsing and cranking on this reel, for some reason, the drag star will tighten. I've never had an issue with it loosening, but that's because obviously the reel spins one way. So just keep that in mind. Worm gear is brass. The line guide is plastic. So this is a full graphite composite frame. It has graphite side plates as well. Magnetic brake system. Another really good thing about this is it has right there, I don't know if I can get it in camera here, maybe, but that is a line indicator. So you can take a screwdriver, a coin, or if you have a longer fingernail, put it in there, and it will actually tell you, remind you what line, pound line you have on here. So it has anything from 10 to 20, or actually looking at it, it's 10 to 65. I don't use it, but it's on there. It's a nice touch. And it also says right there what the gear ratio is, 7:3 to 1. And then right there, you can see it's the GF series. To get the side plate off, all you have to do is flip it over, flick up the latch. There's a little bit of a gap right there. Use that to help slide it and pull her off. There's one of those ball bearings I was talking about. The 6 magnets of the magnetic brake. Just your basic magnetic brake system. Pull it out. Kind of just like that halogen I reviewed a couple weeks ago. Same type of spool design. There's your bearing on the spool. Again, very elementary, basic drag system. Put it back on. Make sure that's all good. Flick the latch and you're good to go fishing again. So now let me tell you what I don't like about the reel. What I don't like about the reel is it is not very smooth. Not very smooth at all. So I can say that the halogen reel is actually a bit smoother than this reel. From my personal preferences, it's smoother to me. The obviously I've only used the halogen once in the video from last week, and this one I used all season. So maybe as I break in the halogen, maybe something else will change my opinion. But as of right now, I prefer the halogen over smoothness. The other thing I don't like about this reel is it is a very loud reel. So let me see if I can have the mic pick it up. So hopefully you heard that, and for some reason you can hear the gears in this reel. So, and you can feel them turn too. So as you're reeling this reel in, you can feel the vibrations from the gear spinning in your hand. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. It's been like that since I've had it. I've taken it apart and cleaned it and re-lubed it, and I'm still getting the same issues with it. So it's just a flaw, if you want to call it that, in the design. But just keep in mind, this is Seviin's entry-level budget line reel. You do get a nice rubber grip on the thumb bar. No play whatsoever in the thumb bar. I like that. And I do like there is a very pronounced sound and a good stiffness when you engage that reel, or disengage that reel, I'm sorry. As for palmability, I have big mitts, and this fits almost too small in my hand. So I kind of, instead of holding it in my palm, I usually kind of just hold it in a finger. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. Again, I put the inside knuckle on the brakes and then wrap my finger around it, just because I have some big mitts. If you have smaller to medium mitts, probably won't be a problem. But for me to actually palm this thing, I'm like manhandling it. It's a very small reel. Just something to keep in mind. All in all, For $130, I think you can get a better reel from somebody else. Not that this is a bad reel, but for $130, you're competing with the Shimano SLX. And to my opinion, the SLX is the best reel you can get under $150. Hopefully, as St. Croix gets deeper into the reel game and they start putting some more technology and development into their reels, these reels can get better. But again, $130, I would much rather buy a SLX than the GF series. I honestly would probably take that Okuma halogen even over this, and that halogen's an $80 reel, so almost half the price, and to me it actually performs better than this reel does. So maybe you're just paying for the name, since it's a St. Croix brand. It's one of those where St. Croix thought maybe they could charge a little bit more and get some sales just off the name, and it probably worked. It's not a bad reel, it's really not. It works, it gets the job done. Again, not necessarily a reel that I would use to horse some fish out of heavy cover or put a lot of torque into. It feels cheap when you hold it. Build quality, it's good. For a $130 reel, the build quality is good on this thing. I will say that. But I was just hoping for some more. I don't know how to explain it. I was just hoping for more out of a $130 reel when I bought this. That's my review. That's my opinions on it. I guess I should mention too, it does have the carbon fiber handle. The EVA foam knobs do say 7. And then it has the Roman numeral 7 that they use. So a lot of branding all over it too. That doesn't bother me. Just something to notate in case that bothers you. I do like the color. I'm not a just solid black person, so I do like having this graphite color on there. I think it does make it look better with the red accents. Good contrasting there. In the future, or maybe even in their more expensive line, I'll have to give that one a try. I would really like at least one more ball bearing in that drag system. I would love to figure out why the drag star moves with the handle when you do some high torquing on it, and figure out why there's so much noise and vibration, almost like a small grinding noise in the gear set itself. Doesn't bother me when I'm on the water, but just something to notate. You know, I don't want someone to go pick up a $130 reel and then say, why is it grinding? I want to be completely transparent with you guys. And I don't know if it's all the reels or if I just got the unlucky batch, but again, there's a small little grind vibration in that gear set there. That's my review of the St. Croix 7 GF reel. Not a bad reel for the money. I just think you could probably get a better reel for the same amount or a few dollars more. But it's up to you. If you like to try out new brands, I wouldn't hesitate giving this a try. It's not going to be the worst thing you spend $130 on. Don't forget, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. We're growing slowly but surely every video. Also, before you go, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. It's free for you. Don't even have to think anything of it. Set it, forget it, but it means the world to me, and it lets me know that you guys are at least somewhat are enjoying my content, and it gives me the motivation to continue to pump this stuff out to you guys. Leave me a comment. Have you used the 7 reel? If you use the higher dollar one, I do want to get their spinning reels, as I've heard a lot of good things about those as well. Oh, and also, I'm not going to do an on the water casting test with this just because my season is over. So I'm not going to be able to get back out on the water until the end of April, beginning of May. So we're still, 6 months out. Maybe 1 or 2 more times I can get on the water before it freezes, but I doubt that, as it's getting it below freezing now at night. For the rest of this winter, fall into the winter, it's just gonna be a lot of gear reviews coming out of me. I can't do any type of on the water fishing. Maybe this winter I'll get some ice fishing in and we'll do some ice fishing content, but other than that, it's going to be a lot of gear reviews. So if there's any specific rod, reel, bait, line, anything that you guys have questions about, feel free, put it in the comment and let me know. Depending on how popular it is, in the comment section, maybe I'll buy it and kind of do an overview, unboxing, my thoughts of it. That way you can have a better understanding before you spend your money. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.